What's up, my good people? What's up to the Glock Block? What's up, everybody watching? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Dion Ckruzz, and this is another episode of Housewives of Potomac review. So I'm going to, be doing the show from here. Like you see me back here, back here. I'm gonna be doing the show from back here. I didn't come on last night. I just wasn't feeling above the weather, just not feeling too great, not looking too great. I'm a vain person, so I'm not looking too great. Everything else is just not gonna fall down with it. But I didn't want to forget the show because I watched the show and I was able to watch the show a few times, even though that was very hard to do. I watched the show a few times. So I think I will give a better review than I usually do. I think this will be a better review than usual. But let's just get into it. Let's get into the show. How is everybody doing this Monday evening if I post this on time? On a scale from 1 to 10, I will give the episode a hard 5. A hard 5. I'm gonna just stay with a 5 because it was kind of a snooze, but I feel like I learned a lot about Karen Huger. Kind of finally, actually, this feels like the first time I actually learned anything about Karen. And even though it was kind of boring, there was some moments that was okay, I like this side of Karen, I like this side of the Grande Dame. But so the show starts off. I guess it's like a little homecoming for Karen, or she's going to her homecoming in her hometown, a homecoming parade, not like a homecoming dance. Yeah, so the show starts off with her inviting Ashley to the parade and to her hometown, and as well as Giselle. So they're both getting the invite. They're both going, and then we see Giselle talking to Juan about the ring that he should be getting Robyn. I guess Giselle been helping him through the whole entire process, and that's what they did real quick. I also saw that the ring was 7 carats because she wrote it down like a piece of paper. It was like 5 in the center and 2 on the outside. But we realized later on in the show he probably shouldn't be buying this ring because they are in debt. They are in debt once again. Now, instantly they're going to this whole homecoming thing for Karen. Ashley shows up first, and Ashley looks. This is the best I've seen Ashley look since she gave birth to baby Dean, who surprisingly is not there. Baby Dean is not there. This is the first time I guess she's leaving Michael with Dean or the nanny with Dean, but Ashley looks good. The baby's not there. So I'm excited for old Ashley to pop out. Also, she said something funny as hell about Michael. She was like, because all Michael does when Ashley's away, goes to his little boy trips and plays boy butt buddies with the rest of his friends. So Ashley was like, I put a little tracker in Michael's ass and it slipped right in.
I think that he's going to be on his best behavior. I put a tracker in his booty. He just doesn't know it. Slip right in.
Now, is that the type of joke that anybody just plays? Are y'all joking with your husbands like that? Or are you mad if your wife jokes with you like that? Or, you know what they say, there's some truth to every joke, and I don't know. But moving on, Giselle arrives looking very old, very wrinkled, very upset. Look at the top pic. She looks like Scrooge McDuck. Why are you so mad? Why she looks very grumpy. The bottom pick, she's serving old white woman. And like one of my viewers like to talk about her neck. I noticed that for the first time. And I'm also confused about the weather. She looks very warm with what she got on, but actually looked like I'm just so confused when they get dressed. But we know they can't dress very well. So ignore that outfit change. So the ladies go in the house, and Karen's in the house, Giselle's in the house. Hold on. Yeah, Giselle's in the house. That's her name. Ashley's in the house, and they're doing small talk. They're talking about Ashley's shoes because Ashley has on heels on. She has some very nice heels on, like we see before. Ashley looks good. Ashley's body is serving. Ashley's doing things like Ashley's doing things. So Karen had to like complain because she showed up looking like an Eskimo. She's mad that nobody gave her like the attire, but she's like, we're going to a farm, right? But anyway. As the ladies are leaving, Ray seems like he's rushing the ladies off for some reason or another, and he doesn't even kiss Karen goodbye. Like he just lets her leave. He just really shuts the door on her, and I kind of felt bad. And Bravo had to soup it. They had to play it like 3 times.
Okay. Take care. Be
So they really gassed it, and but he really didn't give her a kiss. But I don't know why she was doing it all childish like that. Anyway, love you. Like I'm not for bitch. Like, but either way, like give me my kiss before I go. I would have been pissed. Next thing you know, Robin shows up at Candace's house, and I guess a polka dotted ensemble. I guess I don't know what those are. Some regular jeans, leopard hat. Candace looks okay, and the first thing she does is ask her if she's okay. She talks about the little meeting, and the first thing she says is Monique have no remorse. And what? Candace was like set off. She was like, "What? What do you mean?" So she starts like about to cry because she's like, "What do you mean? Like she had no remorse at all? Like she fought me, and now she's not even sorry that she fought me." Which I understand, but I was the type of person I was on the other side of the screen, I was kind of just like, bitch, get over it. But I know she's emotional, so like let her have it. Robin says some off the wall shit like, I'm disappointed in Karen because she hasn't publicly said that she's disappointed in Monique. I'm like what the fuck does that have to do with you? Like why do you care that she hasn't said anything about Monique? Like she's not going to say anything. She's got to stay right in the middle. She's got to stay neutral, and she's got to give advice to both of them, and she's not going to cut neither one of them off. Like she doesn't need to publicly say anything, but you know how Robin is. She wants somebody to like pick a side. So, um, Candace tells Robin that she talked to Karen, and she's like, "Well, Karen told me to press charges." Well, that's not what she said. She said that Karen said if it was her, she would press charges, which are two totally different things. I have to agree. Those are two totally different things. You are not Karen, so she didn't tell you to press charges. She just said what Karen would do, and I absolutely believe Karen would do that. So Robin is like, "Well, are you going to press charges?" And Candace is like, "Well, I'm considering it. Like, it's on the table." So that's where we're left off. Candace basically said it was a violation of her personal space. She didn't see it coming, and she was attacked. But on to other matters. Robin's finances. Robin done fucked up again with her money. I don't know who the fuck keeps letting Robin be in charge of some money, but a bitch can't hold money for shit. She's behind $90,000 to the IRS just 6 years after filing bankruptcy. I'm just looking at the paper right now. The little article. Bravo is good for throwing up like mad articles. Robin says that she owes the $90,000 to the IRS because she was doing her taxes herself and she guessed she was doing them wrong. And then she had some unreported income that she didn't know about. So they got her for that too. And I'm glad Candace said it because she was like, Isn't that the same thing you were like trying to make fun of Karen about? Like 2 years ago when raise taxes came up, Robyn was the main one was like, well, I don't believe that you didn't know. Like, I don't believe you didn't know. How didn't you know? And that had nothing to even do with her. Like Karen, that was fucking race shit. Like how the fuck would Karen know? Well, how some wives would, but she didn't. But how you don't know your own shit? Like you doing your own little bit of money. You can't even. Let me not say a little bit of money because I'll take it. But you like can't even like take care of your own shit, and you're talking about them on like a larger scale. But anyway, anyway, um, she said Juan is pissed, and rightfully so, because this isn't the first time she fucked up some money. And they were currently looking for a house, so that's probably not going to go down for anytime soon. So, Candace is like, just help wishful thinking. I'm going to pray for you because you definitely need it. Moving on, the ladies are headed to Karen's hometown of Surrey something, Missouri. I don't know. Nah, they're not in Missouri. They're in Maryland. But yeah, they're going to Karen's hometown, and this was when we found out that Karen's father bought a plantation that they I guess lived on, but he actually bought it and expanded it, and he has that farm and he produces produce for multiple people. So I guess he really turned it around, and we see like throwback pictures of Karen and her this is Karen and her parents. Oh, her mom looks just like her. That's not what I was gonna say, but anyway, we get to Karen's aunt's house, and it's a nice little house. It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Nice little family home. And this is when we get to see more of Karen's family. We get to see, well, these are the only people that have like some color to them. We get to see Karen's cousin David, Karen's cousin Joy, Karen's aunt Valerie, Karen's aunt Carlene. Now, them aunts, them aunts, they look just like her. That aunt on the bottom, you can tell that's how Karen's gonna look. Like Karen is gonna look just like that. That's probably the kind of wig Karen would be wearing right now if she wasn't like the Grande Dame. But then we see some more throwback pictures of Karen, and I mean, they're all they're all nice. We get to see more about Karen. Giselle looking for some tea, but it was nice seeing like Karen and pictures of her next to her daughter, see how much they resemble. But I think she looks just like her aunts. Like she looks just like them aunts. So they leave the inside of the house, they go outside and they get into this big ass, I don't know what the fuck it is. How you harvest corn or some shit. It's big as fuck. Karen gets in, Ashley gets in. She got on heels, but she gets in. Giselle sits to the side because she's white. So then Monique calls. So when Monique calls, obviously Ashley tells them where they are and that they just got off this big rig or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that's when Ashley kind of asks her like, "How are you feeling? How's everything doing?" And Monique basically says like she's drained and she's stressed out. Like everything's crazy. So then Karen goes like, "I can't believe that two of my friends are on like the opposite sides or whatever." And Monique goes, "Well, if it wasn't me, it would have been somebody else. Like the thing about Candace is, if it wasn't me that whooped their ass, like somebody else would have whooped their ass." Basically saying. So that's when Giselle walked away, and they kind of like finished talking to Monique, or whatever. And Giselle basically was like, "Candace should have been pressed charges," and Karen kind of agreed. And Ashley was like, "Well, does Monique know that you agree with this?" And Karen was like, "Well, I don't know if she knows, but if she doesn't know, I'm definitely going to tell her." We're in Surrey, Virginia. Did I say Surrey, Maryland? Who cares? Maryland, Virginia. They're in Surrey. Anyway, Giselle basically went on and on and on and like, I don't want to be around. She called again. I don't want to hear her voice. She's a liar. Blah 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 blah. So finally, Wendy gets a scene. Wendy gets a scene, and Wendy gets a scene with her big sister something. I oh, her big sister Ivy. I was definitely about to act like I don't know that lady's name, but her name is right there. Wendy gets to scene with her big sister Ivy, and they basically talk about the same thing she talked about last episode, that she wants to basically quit her job as a teacher or whatever she does at John Hopkins, and she wants to focus more on being like a news analyst or correspondent, and she wants to do other things, but she doesn't know what those other things are. And her sister is like, we basically have old school Nigerian parents, like old school Nigerian mom. She is like honored in Nigeria for having not one but two doctors in her family. So she's like her own little Grande Dame, and they all look like they done a bleach in the middle picture. Like I don't, yeah, they all look like they kind of bleach, but I don't know if they actually do bleach because they're brown now. I don't know, probably just good lighting. I think the mom bleaches though. But anyway, Robyn and Juan. So Robyn shows up to this bar, and obviously the scene is rehearsed or something. You know, this scene was played out because ain't no way she stepped out the house. But I think I did her well by this little picture because she doesn't look that bad in this little picture. When she first walked in, I thought she looked like China, the wrestler, because it wasn't working. I don't know. I did it well, but Juan seemed surprisingly like interested by this whole Russian roulette, this Russian role play she's doing. Like, um, I guess he likes it, whatever. She finally brings up the little tax issues that they have. He's like, it's all over some couple of little paperwork that I had to send off, and I wouldn't even be in this little mess. And she like kind of laughs about it and jokes about it, but he's like, yeah, that's on you. Like that's your issue because he kind of seems to like kind of fed up with the whole thing. And she says something to him about it. And he's like, yeah, I kind of been through this already, so I know. But they're okay. Like they're moving on. He still kisses her, and he's still with it. So I guess they're in it for a long haul. Back to Karen's hometown. Back to Karen's hometown. Karen and Surrey, Virginia, is on this little float. Karen, well, she's not even on a float. She's sitting in the back of a Bentley, and Giselle's hating about that, obviously again. But she's like a little hometown hero, She's riding around on this Bentley and she's waving to people, "I'm home." And some people are looking at her like, "Who the hell are you?" And some people are hugging her. So it was another little moment with Karen. But Candace's mama. I knew Candace's mama was about to bring the heat. I knew Candace's mama had about to have something to say, and they did have something to say. Candace meets her mom at this little dog rescue place, and I don't know if it's a dog rescue place or an animal shelter. I don't know, but yeah. Um, they see this little dog, and I think the dog is cute as fuck. Like I would take this little dog, even though I don't like Chihuahuas. So if that was a Chihuahua, I actually wouldn't like that dog. But I want a dog like that because that was a cute ass dog. Like, yeah, I want another dog because what? Anyway, so Candace's mom, she was like, as soon as she starts talking about it, because Candace is like, I'm seeing a therapist to get my feelings out there or whatever. And she was like, I got a big concern with that, Candace. I kind of love Candace's mom. Like Candace's mom is funny as hell, and she just like she got to say anything she has to say. But she was like, "Yo, I'm." Okay. She was like, I have a lot of concern with that, Candace. You know, um, what type of woman goes around, grown ass women that go around fighting in the streets? Who threatens to kill somebody, Candace? And that's what Candace was like, yeah, like I kind of feel like she's not remorseful. Well, she didn't feel like she's not remorseful. Candace is like, well, she's not remorseful, and she's laughing about it on Twitter, and she's telling the blogs, and it kind of feels like she's like happy to get away with it, or like feeling like she's getting away with it, and that's when Candace's mom was like, "Yeah, this is like we're not gonna go down in the gutter, Candace. We're gonna contact the attorneys immediately, Candace," and that's when I guess besides Karen saying you should call the cops, that's when it was really known that she was going to the attorneys. Like that would definitely happen, Candace. Okay. Karen takes Giselle and Ashley to the church that she grew up in, and it's like an emotional moment for Karen because she's reminded a lot of her father and of her mother, and this was like one of the moments that I was happy that this actually wasn't live because um it was just like really sad to see that she lost not one but both her parents, kind of like in the same year. They were 7 months apart, and you just really felt for her in that moment. But once she talked about her parents, and she actually hasn't been back to that church since her father's funeral, so that's where it was. So that's where she was there. So Giselle actually said something good. She was like, it takes a lot of courage coming back here, and that's when Karen kind of stepped off and went to the bathroom, and you could tell like she broke down and cried because it's really hard. Like it is really hard. I'm going through it. I went through it, so it is really hard. Um, Giselle also said when Karen was in the bathroom that she actually feels like incredibly bad for her because she could tell that Karen is going through something and her heart is like really hurting, aching, and while like I guess I respect her for saying that, I didn't respect her knowing like the backstory and knowing that when her parents actually did die, Giselle was being like a bitch to her and just doing like fucked up shit for no reason, knowing her parents had passed, and I was just like, I just don't fuck with this bitch. But this is not a bash Giselle show. I know there's some Giselle fans somewhere out there. This is not a Giselle bashing moment. So we finally get to the first scene with Monique, and it's obviously the closing out scene for the rest of the show. And Monique is in the kitchen with, well, first of all, Monique starts the scene off with the damn bird. Obviously, like we couldn't go an episode without the damn bird. So we see the damn bird, and Monique's talking to the damn bird, and Chris is like, "Well, who are you talking to?" And Monique's like, "T'Challa, obviously." And he's like, "Yeah, talk to your pets and not people." I know he's irritated with that damn bird. I just know it. I know it. Like he has to be frustrated as hell. Like get that fucking bird out of my face. Like I know he's so aggravated with the bird. I think I go through like a mini rant every time I go through the live and see the bird because I'm like, why the fuck is the bird in the camera? And I guess she was on some show saying people love the bird. Who are those people? Animal lovers, maybe. And maybe I should wonder like why does the bird bother me so much? But it's like the bird doesn't bother me. It's the fact that she's always gushing over the damn bird like it's a fucking person. Like it's so weird to me. I don't know. And I have a dog, so I can't even use it. I can't even use that excuse that I don't understand anymore because I understand. I know how it feels to be attached to your pet, but anyway. So Monique is talking to Chris and she's telling him like the pastor's coming over and he gave me a little homework assignment about working on my friendships. And Chris is like, friendships? Like I thought you only had like one friendship to work on. And he don't know. Like he don't know like the whole group, well not the whole group, but the majority of the group is like X marks the spot, you out of here. Like ding dong, you're the weakest link. Goodbye. He doesn't know. Like he doesn't really seem to know. So she's like, yeah, I got some mending to do. So the pastor and the first lady show up, and they all sit together, and you can tell she's nervous, and she says this is the first time. Well, she looks amazing in that bottom picture. Like she actually looked beautiful in mad of these scenes during this whole season, but we kind of didn't really get to notice it because she was being like so like passive aggressive all season. Like I I wish she would have just skipped the passive aggressive and just put it on the table. Like she might as well. Like she might as well. I know you guys could say, well, she didn't want to. She didn't want to say the rumors, and she doesn't know Giselle saying the rumor and all this shit. But to be passive aggressive to keep your job, you can still keep your job and keep it all the way real. To me, honestly, she should have just been real from the get. Like if she really wasn't fucking with Candace, she should have just said it. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. I'm just one person. But the first thing the pastor talks about is her saying she blacked out, and he wants to know why you blacked out, and she said that was kind of just her tipping point, and that Candace was combative, manipulative, and aggressive. And then the pastor's like, well, he feels like those are a mirror of what you are, like all the things you just said, combative, controlling, and combative, manipulative, and aggressive. Those are what you are. And he didn't say it like that, but he was like basically saying that was like a mirror of what you are, and you have to be honest with yourself because you're like used to like orchestrating and dominating, controlling everything, and that's how you have to grow up and how you always have to protect yourself. And he goes to talk about how she's always been a fighter since the time she's met her, and she always had to fight and prove herself, and maybe that's the reason. He says it a little better. Let me just let him say it.
You gotta ask yourself the question, why was that such a trigger? Because in your own mind, you are non-pareil. You are ideal. But you around these group of women, these friends in Potomac, who are not impressed with your own perfection, that causes you some disdain, and that is frustrating. It is not her fault. But
Yes, and he definitely mentioned that it is not her fault, and she just goes on to talk about like she agreed with everything he said, which I was surprised about. But she agreed with everything he said, and she said like she's tired of being nitpicked, and she's tired of having to defend and prove who she is when she knows who she is. But if you, I just feel like, well, I don't want to like criticize what she said, but I kind of do feel like if you know who you are, nobody can take that away from you, and you won't have to defend it. But I, yeah, whatever. But and I kind of really agree with the fact that he said like your friend circle isn't impressed by your like your idea of your perfection, and that like really bothers you because I think it does. Like I think like people talk about that a lot, even on the show, even on these live shows here with me. Like people talk about her image a lot. Like Monique want to protect this image, and Monique wants to do this with this image, and she's controlling of her image, and like she is always doing that. So I think that really does bother her. Like the fact that no matter how hard she tries to show this image in this like perfect way and explain everything over and over to you guys and show her side of things and so much and tries to control I think the fact that people still don't like accept her fully bothers her so much. I think that really bothers her. Well, then she finally says that Candace didn't deserve that, and she starts like breaking down, crying, and she said what happened to Candace had nothing to do with Candace, like, and I don't know. I kind of feel like she is backpedaling in her recent interviews now, like the ones she's doing now. But in that moment, she said that I kind of finally felt that she was genuinely sorry and that she really believed that Candace didn't deserve to be fought at that moment. Like what happened wasn't that much a little argument to blow up that way over. And I think she finally realized like that had nothing to do with Candace. Like it had to do with like maybe her best friend or Sharice or even though Candace was like maybe a part of it in her mind, she she realizes it was more to that. Like it was more to that situation. and she finally realized that, and I thank God, like I finally felt that, you know. But and that's when Chris was like, "Yeah, you know, I really want to apologize to Chris too, because I really like Chris, and I really wanted to call him, and I don't want him to think that since I didn't call him, I'm a messed up guy and whatever." So Chris been wanted to like apologize. I guess Monique was the only one that was like kind of holding out. But yeah, that was the moment when you kind of felt like Monique was actually going to call Candace. Well, she said that she was going to call Candace and she needed to sit down with her. And I genuinely believe that. But I don't know. I don't know if it happened. I don't know if it happened. Oh, it didn't happen because the next episode we find out that Candace pressed charges and Monique is charged with second degree assault. So before she gets to sit down with her or apologize, she got the charges, and maybe that is what stopped her from apologizing. I don't know. I mean, I guess she still could have got it out, but there was no apology, I guess, because Candace is saying she still doesn't understand what happened. So I guess they never got to have that talk because of the courts and the attorneys. But I don't know. Like maybe it was too little, too late for Monique. Like maybe she got it too little, too late. Maybe she did just a little too much. Maybe she did just a little too much, like going around like telling the blogs, because Monique has admitted to this day that it was somebody that she told that told the blog. So you told the blogs, girl. Like, so you told the blogs. You weren't remorseful. You talked about it on Twitter. Well, you tweeted about it subliminally on Twitter. So, I mean, that is enough to make me, if I was a receiving end, I'll get my ass whoops. You're right. If I was actually on the receiving end, getting my ass whooped, that would make me really like upset that you were doing all that. So, well, I wouldn't press charges, but I would press charges against you because, like, yeah, like you deserve like whatever you're about to get because blah blah blah. Um, I guess it sucks that they didn't get to she didn't get to apologize and that never got solved. And will we ever know the truth of who was really behind this whole thing? I guess we will have to go to the reunion and see because I don't know how much more of a Monique we see with the other ladies in the season. They say we're not going to see her at all this season with the other ladies. Um, I think it's just a sad situation all across the board because even though that happened, I feel like if she was more like, I feel like if she was more remorseful immediately, they could have did something where they could still be in the same space or even be close again one day. But now I feel like it's never gonna happen. Not gonna happen, Captain. It's over for Monique and Candace, and we're gonna see next episode how that plays out with the charges. Um, yes, we're gonna see how that plays out with the charges. Did they even have that case yet? Like, did that case even come up yet? Like what did Monique want? She just wanted her. I mean, what did Candace want? She wanted her in jail. She doesn't want money. I don't, that's because in the preview to next episode, she said that she wants her in jail. I'm like, okay, I guess, but you know, she has kids. That's I don't know. That's just wild. It's just all wild across the board. Yeah. Well, before we go, as you all know, Cynthia Bailey has gotten married 10-10-20 to her guy, Mike Hill. Well, now husband, Mike Hill. And the ladies of Potomac, well, some of the ladies of Potomac was at the wedding. And I just have a few pics I want to go through. Just want to look at them with you guys real quick. And this isn't none of the ladies right here, but I'm just in love with this video because Portia just looks amazing and Shamia looks amazing as well. Just three beautiful black women. They all look amazing.
If y'all missed it, let me just give y'all a recap of these glorious women. I mean, let's start with the chandelier. Shamir, let's talk about this outfit, baby. You looking real good, baby. You looking real good. Let's start from the glam. Let's just scroll down, baby, to this body that is presented. Do you hear me, Latasha? What we giving? What we giving? Everything? Baby, you giving life, health, and strength. Come on. Listen, you looking real good. Now, Georgia Peach, Miss P, what's going on, baby? Listen, Portia, I just want to let you know, girl, if I was hungry or thirsty, you have fulfilled me tonight. Did you hear me? Yes, God, baby, you look real good. Baby, I'm fulfilled, baby. I'm drinking from the fountain of peace. Okay, fountain.
Yes, they look amazing. So like I said, some of the Potomac housewives were there, and you see Karen Huger there with her little mask. Okay, let me talk about this mask real quick because I haven't. I mean, I've been feeling like this for a little while, but I haven't said it. Okay, like the coronavirus is an airborne disease, right, or airborne virus, right? So, do people think like, let me say, maybe 12 inches of thin, is that plexiglass? I don't know what the fuck. Do they think that 12 inches of that is going to stop the virus from going under or above it? Do they think those masks actually do something? Is is there something protecting their nose and mouth that I'm like missing, or is it just a piece of plastic over their face? And I don't want to, I don't want to go in too much, but Karen, but you are at that age that is at risk of being at this party. Well, actually, everybody who was getting married and basically everybody there was at risk. But and you're in Atlanta, well, with all these Atlanta people, and Giselle was there too with her. She had to put her plexiglass mask too. She got hers bedazzled. She looks very tan. Um, she got these little pearls all over her dress or her little suit. I don't know what it is just yet. It looks like those little roofs, the little popcorn roofs people be having. Okay. There's a Grande Dame. Okay, first of all, what in Whoville does Eva have going on right there? Okay, but anyway, she just wanted to do the most for his wedding. I actually doesn't don't think it looked bad for maybe like a photo shoot, but I hope nobody was like behind you for the ceremony because you're an ignorant bitch for that. Karen, she looks amazing. She looks amazing. Like we see, nobody in this picture with a mask, nobody behind them with a mask. So they're all. I was about to say die. I was about to say they're all gonna die. Everybody's gonna die one day, but theirs might be a little sooner. Moving on to okay, woo! There's the popcorn roof all over the outfit. Okay, so Giselle came through with a nice little okay. Is that a stewardess fit? A little stewardess fit with the little popcorn all over the shoulders and the sleeves and the wrist. It doubled up on the wrist. I don't know if it snowed a little bit more right there. And I guess that's what that is on the feet. I guess maybe those are diamond Swarovski. They're probably cubic though. They're probably cubic. But I guess she thinks it's matchy with the outfit. There's some boobs. There's some boobs. The boobs look nice. Can't go wrong with the little boobs. It's very tan. It's very tan up top. It's very light up down the bottom. I don't know what's going on. But she looks okay. Maybe no, I'm lying. Like if you got a body, I don't know. It's very boxy. It's very boxy. Moving on. Okay, yeah, yes. Okay. We see you, Karen, with the young girls fitting right in. Why it look like little aliens behind her? But those are balloons. Yeah, Portia Shamia look nice. Everybody looks really nice. I just don't know what Karen was really going for. I mean, not Karen. I don't know what Giselle was really going for. But we never know what she was really going for. Can we get a vote? Can we get a vote in the chat real quick before we go? 1 through 10. What are we rating Giselle right now? I give her a high 3. I almost say 3.9, but that is a high 3. We're giving Giselle a high 3. What could she have done better? Throwing away the entire coat, jacket, or whatever. Gone with a nice, simple black dress. I think that would have. I think if you wanted to go black, that would have been perfectly fine. I don't know how you messed up here. I really don't know how you messed up. What are we giving Karen? Because I saw some negative things about Karen on the internet. Everything wasn't positive. So what do we think giving Karen right now? I think I kind of like it right now. She's giving you guys, what is that, leg? She's giving you guys some leg. She's giving you guys, I can sit with the young girls, like a little boobs, the implants is out. I like it. I give it a good seven. I give it a good seven. I actually give the actual gown an eight. So I'm gonna give it a seven, not 7.9. I like all of it. Something about the face isn't. I don't know. I don't know. But everything else I love. Yeah, give me your votes. Thank you for voting. I will see you guys next time. No, I'm joking. Thank you for watching this video. I definitely appreciate it because I missed out on posting it yesterday. You just feel under the weather sometimes. You want to get better, but it doesn't happen all the time. You know, hopefully sometime this week I feel good because I want to go live. Just talk about the things that's going on in the world. Am I gonna stay back here and hide? Okay, let me do side by outside. I won't be that scared. So, but yes, thank you for watching. If you like this video, send a little thumbs up in the a little thumbs up. Hit me with a hit me with a little thumbs up. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell so you get little notifications. Tell a friend to tell a friend, share, and if you really like this video, like if you really like this video, because some people like be really liking the video, they be like, oh my god, like let me do a little more. You can hit my cash app right there. It's right there. It says GlockTopickz. I always appreciate that because the channel not monetized. People be trying to stop the boy from going live. It's like a lot of things going on. I still gotta eat. I still gotta wear these bright, colorful sweaters, and they always have to be new. So like, somebody's gonna buy that stuff. Yeah, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you all for being here. If you are in the live chat, I love you even more. Shout out GlockTopickz. Put your little gun emojis up. I love those too. And it's always a good time. It's always a good time, even when I'm alone. Even when I'm alone, it's a good time. I like these too because you don't know how many things I edited out of this video. You don't know how many things I edited out this video. I'm even freezing now, and I'm gonna just leave it because I'm about to play my outro. It's been a nice one, guys. I appreciate you